The day, the day is November the 11th, 2012, Sunday. This day is about a world that you never have seen before. We are now in the Twilight Zone. This here talk today is about uh, the world that we never have been in before, never heard about before, or never been talked about before. We are now in the Twilight Zone. This day is for people to know what we are living in. This are Luda for Ginger Russian talk show for today about In the Twilight Zone. Did you ever seem to look around and see the world that we are living in today? See how things have changed. It seems like that people do not know each other anymore. It seems like that it is people are strange and are in a world that no one knew about. It have been a big change. Things that people have said that would happen. And we are now being seen that these things are coming true. Things that people would not never knew what people are talking about and never would knew what they are saying. Because that it was told to let things go on in the world and let people see how much people will do if you turn them a loose. We go back as when God was on this earth. Then he turned things over to his son. For 40 years, he had say that he would turn people loose and let them be tested and see things they are doing. Do you realize that when you go into stores and shop, you see how children, young people are running the cash register? You see the things that they do, and you see how they feel so gifted. Children look at you when you shop in the store and the things that people buy and the things that they get. Then you look back at them and wonder why they do the things they do. They work so slow. They look at everything that you get and wonder why you get this and why you get that. It because that it was told that if that you turn them a loose, the younger people, when they was having children, and let them get all this system like they did not put anything on the children. They took from them and never let them have any of that. They never have seen the things that their parents have got because they was always lied to. Now you see the children today, they get things. They never had those things when they was a child, which they did had it, but the parents did not give it to them. They spent it on themselves, on their lovers, and amongst themselves. Children now are looking at things and the people putting them up under these things where they could learn and see these things was here. What they say that they didn't have, it was here, but that their parents did not give it to them. As that they say, we are now in the Twilight Zone. We are looking back at the things that children do. You see them work now in fast food place. You see how they fix hamburgers. You see how they prepare the people food. But at the time when they was coming up, people took marked the time to work in these places and they was clean and served them good. And now you see how they prepare food when it comes down to them have to work. they seems that they don't know how to do these things because that they look at that even that they had those things, parents did not treat them good. You see how they treated them. I have seen people how they feed their kids, their children. They would go to the hamburger stand. They would buy 6 hamburgers and cut them in half and give the children half of a hamburger and a big glass of water. They'll get a 32-ounce big soda and a big double hamburger, 4 of them, and eat them. And then they'll cut the children hamburgers in half and give them one half. When they knew that that was not proper, the children supposed to have two. You see them what they do. They would buy themselves and would not buy the child. They'll stay clean. The child would stay dirty. These are the things that being thrown back in their face. And the children now are being working in these systems to see how they operate and how they have give them, but they never seen it. So they are full of jealousy and hate. They are in this, like I say, a child's body, but they are grown, but they are fit in a child's body. You see, some people are a child and fit in a child body. Some people are grown and fit in a child's body. It's because that they never had a chance to be a child, some people. And some people never had a chance to be a grown person. All their life they was being put in a grown shoe. You see that children are being the way they are because that the things that they are being carried through. Just like the old saying say, we are now are in the twilight zone. Turn all these things loose and let them see it for themselves. And we will see how much things that people have been turned from good to bad. They do not know good from bad. You have to show them, as they say, open the door and let them see what you are talking about. A world that we have never seen before. It is just like being in space. You are now are in the twilight zone. You are now being opened up to see all the things that people done, how you disconnect your kids, the things that you did when you did had it good. It show you that you did not chosen to get those things and put on your children. And people looking back at the things that they did back then and looking back at it now. And they see that the things that they have done. That's why we are being tested to see the things that people do today is causing to the things that was done back 40 years ago. Yes, God walked this earth. He was on this earth. He built a marvelous world. He have created a world that people can live on. As he say, it's supposed to be in like paradise. But if he had went and died or went to a restful place, he turned everything over to Jesus. And Jesus say that he was going to let them free. He let them free. He let them free to do all the things that they knew that God didn't allow them to do. And that was to not stop people from working. It was to make them work and build the world. Let the world be happy. Let a child be happy to know their parents are not handicapped. They can work. But those that cannot work, we all should be there to help them. The world have changed so much now. And we see it is so much jealousy. And that is because that you seen at that time people had everything and did not have to work for it. They did not have to put those things where they should be. People now have worked and put things where they should be. And looking back at the things that they are getting now and how much jealousy it is because of those corruption was at that time. We are living now in a twilight zone. This is the day that we should look at and be celebrating it as that God have lived it on this earth. And he says that he was going to rest and he will come back again and bless our world. Once that we look up and see all the things that we have changed from good to bad, we see now that the things that we think that are good was not good. It was bad. And the bad things that we thought was bad was good. We have worked it and built this world. It was not such thing as that it was just a white man or a black man. We all are people and human. And we work together and solve this problem. We are looking at all these corruption things today and seeing the children, how much that they have changed from a child to a grown person, being trapped in a grown person's shoe, but still they are a child. And we see how the jobs have become to be grown people jobs, are children jobs today. We see that the things that children used to do, sell soda water bars, sell little ice cream, squeeze cups, grown people are doing that now because that they still are a child that's trapped in a grown person body. From at those times 40 years ago, they was being a child before they was being grown before time, having babies, going out wearing clothes, high heels, trying to describe themselves as they was grown, still playing as a child, as mama and daddy. They was really going out there doing those things. So we now see how much we are now are in the Twilight Zone. This is my message for today. This is Sunday, 2012. On Sunday, we are now in the Twilight Zone. This is Luda for Ginger Russian talk show for today. God bless you, and I hope each and every one of us will overcome these crevices, troubled days.